Okay, so I thought Elemental was just gonna be another cute Pixar movie, like fun visuals, easy to watch. But why did I finish this movie feeling sentimental? Hi, precious people of the world! Did you know that a Pixar movie entitled Elemental might actually be about people? Cute elements, bright colors, fun to watch, but turns out the more I thought about it, the more I realized that this movie is actually about immigration and the quiet pressure to fit in. So, this movie is way deeper than it looks. Elemental is directed by Peterson is the child of Korean immigrants in the US, and he talked about how this movie was inspired by his parents running a small shop and trying to survive in a culture that wasn't built for them. So, if we connect it to Elemental story, the fire element, Ember, it is not just a random element because it is rooted in real immigrant experiences, especially second generation kids who grew up stuck between expectations and identity. Amber is a fire element born to immigrant parents. Her parents run a fire shop, and since the very beginning, her life feels decided. She's raised with one goal to continue the family shop, don't mess up, don't stand up. And the city she lives in? It's Element City, which is dominated by water and nature element, which already tells us that this place was not designed for her and her family. So there's this scene where Ember says,
Back to my life at the shop, where I belong. Yeah, that may work in your rich kid follow your heart family, but getting to do what you want is a luxury.
back to my life at the shop where I belong. This scene already says a lot. Amber is standing near a staircase, which usually means movement, change, or going somewhere else. But she doesn't move, she just stands there. According to Bortwell and Thompson 2013, the way characters are placed in a frame can show how much freedom they actually have. And in this scene, even though the space looks open, Amber feels stuck. So visually, the movie is telling us that she actually have the option, but the option she has is not really an option. So her life isn't really a choice. It's an obligation, and that's what makes assimilation feel heavy, not empowering. So the framing here basically says that she's stuck. Then there's the scene where she says,
I'm trapped. You know what's crazy?
her
Even
fire
when
becomes more unstable the more she tries to hold herself back. And that is why this movie uses fire as a symbol for her emotions because the more she suppresses them, the worse it gets. According to Bortwell and Thompson 2013, lighting and shot distance affect how we emotionally read a scene. So here the lighting is darker and the camera keeps her in a medium shot, which makes her looks more isolated. And by this, you don't just hear that she's stressed, but you can feel it. When Amber says,
I'm fire, Wade! I can't be anything more than that. It's what I am and what my family is.
because according to Beery 1997, assimilations becomes a problem when only minority groups are expected to adjust while the dominant system stays the same. So the movie makes this very clear and obvious because the fire has to constantly control itself so it doesn't disappear, while water doesn't have to control anything at all because the city is designed for water and not fire. So no matter how much Amber tries to adapt, the system never adapts for her. The color choices also support the visuals. Amber Fire is warm, orange, red, while the city is mostly blue and cool. And according to Bortwell and Thompson 2013, color contrast help show conflict and imbalance. And here we can clearly see that Amber doesn't belong in Elemental City. Yeah, Elemental is a good story. It's colorful. It's really Pixar coded, but based on Amber's story and according to Beery's idea of assimilation, the movie is actually criticizing multicultural spaces that look inclusive on the surface, but still demand conformity from minorities. Belonging shouldn't mean losing parts of yourself, and Amber's story really shows that. So, did this movie get you sentimental, or is it just me?